I was recently diagnosed with the fear of giants, phobia. And so you know that the fear of spiders is arachnophobia. What's the fear of chainsaws?
Xenophobia?
Common sense.
Oh.
And did you hear about the rock that faced his greatest fear? He's now a little bolder. Will you please bow your head and join me for the invocation? Mother, Father God, great creator of all, most holy one, we invoke your holy presence this day, that you fill us and surround us with your blessed Holy Spirit. Be with us today and always, allowing your grace and presence to move within us and through us as we lift our heart, body, mind, and spirit. We are thankful for the opportunity to come together with open hearts and open minds, ready to accept the healing guidance of our spirits, guides, teachers, family, and loved ones in spirit. That we be filled with clarity, understanding, peace, and love as we fellowship with you today. Please join with me in the Lord's Prayer as taught to us by our Master Teacher, Jesus Christ. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Well, in our world of today, everything seems to be in disarray, topsy-turvy. But surprisingly, many strides are being made in advancing to the fifth dimension. Well, what is the fifth dimension? The fifth dimension is moving beyond our 3D human state of consciousness that are linked, width, and depth to the mystic dimension. It is a realm of love, unity, and interconnectedness. This is when we are in attunement with our higher selves and the divine. Sound familiar? I feel our modern spiritualism we practice heads us in this direction. The world is righting itself at present with this movement to the fifth dimension. It may take time, perhaps years, but everything's headed to where it's supposed to be. Be patient, be strong. Remember, our guides are always here to assist us in our daily lives. All we need to do is ask, and they are here with us. Always ask for the highest and the best. When receiving guidance, don't be a doubting Thomas. Receive the guidance and incorporate it into your life, and you will notice your life will get better. Today, I'm going to talk about fear that includes fear, love, and what can be. There are only two emotions, love and fear. First is fear. Our world is in chaos at the present time, especially the USA. That includes a heavy dose of fear. A wrecking ball has been thrown into our democracy and what we had known as our status quo. Much of what's on Facebook and the computer news feeds, plus the mainstream news on television and what we see on the internet, is not true. And there's a problem with integrity. It's extremely difficult to tell what's true and what's false in today's world. Finland has an 800-mile border with Russia, and Russia constantly is spewing propaganda. Finland teaches critical thinking to their students starting in kindergarten, so they can discern what's lies and what's true. In the past, talking about fear, when I had troubles at work, I would worry about it. This created distress and imbalance in my life. It results in not being able to concentrate completely at tasks, exploding or having toxic relationships with others caused by the distress, and simply left me scattered. Ego, which is also called monkey mind or blabber, then it kept kicking and yap. Oh, gotta do the dishes. House needs to be cleaned. Needs to go to the grocery store. Instead of being mindful in the moment, then where I would enjoy what I'm doing. Then there's kick the dog syndrome. And this can happen when somebody gets cross, they can yell at the next person, who yells and causes havoc with the next person. This person can go home, yell at her kid, and the kid kicks the dog. Poor dog. As you can see, this upset expands until the dog is kicked. Or does the dog bite somebody later? The same happens in our world. Fear, worry, hate, greed, and upset affect all avenues of our lives. Work, driving, relationships, well-being, concentration, our fun, happiness, joy, and the list goes on. And if we think fear, the universe, as directed by us, will provide events and happenings that produce the emotion of fear. In addition to this, oftentimes accompanying the fear is disease of all kinds. This is the law of attraction at work. Fear divides and conquers. The ethers are teeming with negative energies, heavy energies as the Peruvians call it, lower vibrations. Following is a story of someone who lived in fear their whole lives, and I'm going to speak it in the first person. During my tumultuous lifetime, there are stressors all around me that were caused by fear. Everything I did was fear-based. I had no friends, even when I thought Gauguin was my friend. He turned on me. Well, yes, my paranoid personality had a lot to do with it. People made fun of me constantly. Needless to say, I made things worse by belittling myself. My life was just horrible, full of fear and flight to get away. No matter what I tried, I was a failure. Self-talk didn't help, as it was always negative, resulting in swirling negative emotions. I had no money. My brother Theo supported me during my lifetime. When this much negativity happens, disease moved in, and I had a brain disease. There were young boys that were taunting me. I tried to stay clear of them, but they always found me taunting me. This created fear in my psyche because I was afraid they were going to harm me. And yes, that did happen when they shot me with their gun, and I died from it. And as you may have guessed, this is the story of Vincent van Gogh, a favorite artist of many in today's world. His highest selling painting today is Orchard with Cypresses, that sold for $117 million. Such contrast is to how he lived his life with no money. And he's one of my favorite artists too. With fear, move from this valley of the shadow of death to get to the other side, the one where the sun shines in. It is the death shadow where we learn what helps with our spiritual advancement. Do not be fearful, for this paralyzes. Learn from the experience. And after experiencing the emotion and the feelings, release them, because if we don't, that's what causes disease. The goal is to dissipate the fear, upset, and worry when it first appears. As we learn to release such emotions, it probably will come back, but not at the previous magnitude. And as we release, things will get better and better. Well, what is happening in our world today is an interesting ride. And when it's all over, we'll be on the other side of the veil, and we'll look back and think, wow, what a ride. We will learn much going through this darkness. It will contrast with the rightness that had been in our lives. But there's a lot of rightness that's still in our lives. The law of attraction tells us some things must end for something better to begin. Moving on from fear, we're now going to look at love. Love is the most important thing in the world for us. The most important thing that will move us to the other side of the veil. This is the vibration that will get us many attaboys and attagirls from the big kahuna when we're at the pearly gates. Move into the love vibration, or at least move into higher vibrations if you don't think you can reach the love vibration. After all, when we shoot for the moon, we're going to be in the stars. If we shoot for the moon and we don't make it, we'll be in the stars. Love unites, for we are all one. We are one with the trees, others, stones, Mother Earth, and the cosmos. Moving on from fear and love, next is what can be. Our earth plane is indeed headed to the golden age. But to get there, all the infections and crappy stuff have to be cleared. That's what's happening at the present. And I can attest this is not pleasant. In our present day world, it looks like everything's going to hell in a handbasket. But this really isn't the case. My spirit guides have told me numerous times this recent event of the election had to occur for our world to reach the golden age, its best potential. Enough people have to join the bandwagon to the fifth dimension for this movement to be the golden age to occur. The fifth dimension is within, raising our vibrations to love. Many people have been complacent with where they were, and this is a wake-up call of the greatest magnitude. Yep, it's unpleasant and it's upsetting. But our earth is in its birthing pains. This is what we are seeing on a daily basis. For it is with the darkness, the shadows of many being revealed, that they can be removed permanently. It's with the hiding of these shadows, these lower vibrations, they would remain intact. My spirit guides tell me, we on this side of the veil realize it is painful for you and many others to see and go through this, but it's a prerequisite for the cleansing of your earth plane. It's been said that in the future people will not be able to lie. But then when there's so many multiple untruths floating along with the truth, it's extremely difficult to figure out what's the truth. These untruths are a disinformation avalanche strategy, also known as misinformation chaos by the ones originating them. This is where discernment, critical thinking comes into play. And as time goes on, many will start seeing the truth. The world will never be unified when there are sides. It is important to see both sides of issues, not automatically taking one side or the other. It is with intent and belief that we get to our goals. Yes, at times it requires a lot more work. It's time for us to advance, to jump up another step to our spiritual path. It's crucial we release our emotions after feeling them. It's important to feel them before releasing. With the experience of feeling and releasing them, or without the experience of feeling and releasing them, we instead can stuff them that results in the disease. Release, 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 and forgive, forgive, forgive. These are indeed the magic words in our world today. Many have not learned this, for they instead stir the pot that results in more upset and more disease. The forgiveness is more for us than the other person. My spirit guides share with us, my gentle ones who are empaths, sit back, distance yourself, and observe and don't absorb. What we think is powerful, affecting all those around us and even the universe. At the present time, many people of the earth are spiraling in fear, but that can be reversed. We're now seeing people speaking out on what is happening. This was not occurring while it was building up, but now it's in full swing that people are speaking out. As Andrew Jackson Davis, one of the founders of modern spiritualism that we practice in this church, who was also a medium and channel, tells us, under all circumstances, keep an even mind. This is crucial in our world today. Keep an even mind means to stay grounded, stay centered, stay calm, in all the surrounding turmoil, grief, and chaos. It's by keeping calm and collected we can see the truth of what is happening, what is occurring all around us. This is crucial. Many light workers are here among us. They are bringing in the light, and the light will succeed. For where there's light, the darkness dissipates. Light brings peace, joy, happiness, health, and respect for all. That includes Mother Earth and all her inhabitants. Everything is made of energy and alive. Light and love are key to the circumstances at the present time. Rise above the chaos, for when the fear moves in, we cannot think straight and others can dominate. This is key to our successful survival during these times and movement to the higher vibrations. This is a wake-up call for our earth plane, for darkness being removed so light can rule. And we now have the opportunity to advance on our spiritual path. Move out of these negative stances, stinking thinking, as Zig Ziglar used to tell us. People want to and are looking to the past to predict the future, but this time it's different. In today's world, new avenues will present themselves to change what's going on. People will get the courage and know how to stand up for their rights, for what is right. The key word here is patience. Yes, it's often the case. It may not happen during the time frame that we prefer, but it's going to happen. Many are turning to spirituality. Being spiritual is on a higher plane than religion. It is the direct connection of the individual with his or her God, source, whatever you call the great creator. Guides, masters, teachers, angels, and entities on the other side of the veil. For it's with this connection the truth will be shared. For as we realize, much of the information we're spoon-fed and reading on the internet is false. It is with the direct communication to the divine, to the other sides of the veil, to the higher entities based in truth, is where our truth will be found. Well, as many of you know, I journal. My journaling helps much in my life. I realized soon after I journal, it was much better than sharing these upsets that I had with people around me. I found that when I talked to my mom about troubles, it seemed to be stirring the pot, and usually things didn't get better. And then when I was talking to others, sometimes it can be repeated with embellishments. When journaling, this is between me and my guides, period. It is crucial to journal the upsets happening in my life to create a space, a void, a calmness so clear guidance can come through. The guidance can be from guides, master teachers, angels, loved ones on the other side, ascended masters, even God. When journaling the negativity, if you don't want someone to read it, you can always burn it or shred it. I started journaling after reading Neil Donald Walsh's book, Conversations with God. And well, I felt God was pretty high up the ladder, and I couldn't journal with him, but I could journal with angels. And that's when Angelica appeared. And she's a spokesperson for a group of angels. Well, I found out fast whenever I incorporated what the guidance they gave me, it was a win-win-win. It was a win for me, a win for the other person, and a win for everybody around us because both of us were in a better state. Then, on another note, in my Camp Chesterfield Spiritual Anatomy class, we learned about the etheric body. That's basically a double of our physical body. The etheric body stays intact no matter what happens to the physical body. This is the reason when somebody has an amputated foot and has an itch on their little toe, it's not a fallacy like the medical community tells them. It's true because this is their etheric body. It's in the etheric body is where disease first appears. If not checked and purged, it moves into the physical body as disease. But it always manifests first in the etheric body. The purging is releasing the stress and distress that's been stuffed into the etheric body to let it go before it manifests into disease. With all this chaos and fear swirling around me, I was recently thinking about how some people use steeped Peruvian roots called ayahuasca to purge, and I thought, not for me, that's just way too extreme. Not on my bucket list. But then, during meditation, I envisioned being at the thermal mud pots at Yellowstone. And these are mud pots where the air comes up and it kind of bursts, and it's real pretty. And so I was standing there on the boardwalk, and I was throwing my troubles in. And all this stuff is just happening around me. It's been bothering me. And so I was throwing it in. Well, that wasn't working as good as I. So then I got a 5-gallon bucket and I started throwing it in. And then I got a fire hose, and that worked. But then after doing this several times, I thought, I'm unbalancing these mud pots. So then I moved to the rim of a volcano, and that worked really well. And so I had my fire hose and I was letting go. And then I found out that whenever I would release all this, I was like, whoa, I'm really floating. So I have to remember to ground also, because that's also important in our world. And then I fill this void that's now here with positive affirmations like I'm love and I am peace. Well, what can happen when we move to these higher vibrations? I wanted to share a few of the things that I personally have experienced, and perhaps this might be the fifth dimension. I notice after meditating when I open my eyes, sometimes the colors around me are so vibrant, especially flowers that are even more beautiful. One time, after I'd gone to a week long at Camp Chesterfield, I was planning on going to the consecration service. That would be Saturday afternoon, but they didn't have one, so I had extra time. On the way home, I stopped at the Dayton Art Institute and wandered into a Wurlitzer organ concert recital. Now, the Wurlitzer organ is that huge one that's got all the keyboards, all the buttons everywhere, and numerous foot pedals. Well, for the first time ever, when I was sitting there, the music was just resonating with me, and it was in my whole body, and I could feel it in my whole body, and it was such a calmness. And I just felt the oneness with everything around me, and I was like, wow. And then I realized I had been in an altered state because I'd been at Camp Chesterfield the whole week before, and we had various activities, and I probably had been doing platform mediumship and things like that. Well, then recently I was driving down the road and I was listening to a classical music station. And in the past I didn't particularly appreciate cellos and violins this much. But this is that show where 16 and 17-year-olds play instruments, and it was a violin. And it was like, again, I felt just the oneness, and it was just going through my whole body. It's just really full of peace when that happens. Well, when being in mindfulness, the present moment, the here and now, all worries, anxieties, and stress are gone. Poof! And it creates a feeling of oneness with everything. The trees, plants, earth, and it's a peaceful, serene, calm feeling. Sometimes I can see energies or aura, and it doesn't happen that often, but when I do, if I don't stay in the mindfulness, my ego goes, wow, isn't that cool? It's gone. So the amazing thing is to stay in the mindfulness. And ego can blast these feelings immediately. These feelings do not happen that often, but I sure welcome them when they do. And then there's times I'm driving down the road and I'm thinking how lucky I am I get to do all the things I do. And when I'm thinking this way, it moves me into appreciation, into the attitude of gratitude. And whenever that happens, it just brings better things to me. And I call it my happy wagon. And I found if I tell myself I get to do something versus I have to do something, it's a totally different paradigm, a whole different way of looking at things. I get to do something that's exciting and something I look forward to, whereas I have to do something that's drudgery and it's like, okay, I gotta get this over with. So if you can switch your paradigm to, I get to do this, it makes a huge difference. As Abraham Hicks, the entity Esther Hicks channel says, when you're focused upon when you're focused on how good the good is, the good gets better. In summary, feel the fear, learn from it, and release it. Move into higher vibrations. Being in the present moment brings us into alignment with our joy and divineness. Light and love remove darkness. There's many light workers among us. We and our Mother Earth are moving in to the fifth dimension. For this upcoming week, I have a call of action for us. If you have fear, feel it, learn from it, and then release. Be mindful in the present moment, in the now, to move to higher vibrations for peace and joy. Blessings. And now it's time for a meditation.
Would you like music?
Mm-hmm. Relax into a comfortable position, uncrossing your arms and your legs. Take slow, deep breaths in through your nose, slowly, out through your mouth, slowly. Concentrate on your breathing as this brings you into mindfulness, the present moment, the here and now. Keep breathing slowly in, slowly out. Enjoy doing nothing. We are going to journey to the rim of a volcano. To get there, we're going through a beautiful forest that has tall trees, vibrant flowers, happy wildlife, especially the squirrels and monkeys, and a peacefulness you welcome. As you move up the side of the mountain effortlessly, you feel the power of the volcano, but know it is here to help you get rid of low vibrations, heavy energies, baggage you have been carrying for a while. As you reach the top of the rim, you can feel the warmness. It is a comfortable feeling, not hot like you thought it would be. For we are in a meditation where all is good. The volcano has colors of beautiful oranges, yellows, and reds, and is requesting you release any stressors and worries you have that may be bothering you. These can be stresses at work, what you read on the internet or see on TV, what is happening in the world, your life, or at home. The volcano is telling you when you release these stresses, your heavy burdens will be lifted. The volcano is Mother Earth, who wants to take away your worries, anything that's concerning, telling you your life will get better the sooner you release. Mother Earth has the power to take these stresses and worries, these heavy energies into her bosom, transmit them into light energies that are positive, adding to the light that's needed on our earth plane. As you throw all your stresses and worries into the volcano, you find you have more than you thought. 5-gallon buckets are available for your use, or even fire hoses. Use these to get rid of all the worries you are carrying. Get rid of everything bothering you. After getting rid of these stresses and worries, you can feel your load lighten. You are feeling lighter by the moment, welcoming this feeling. You are feeling much lighter, happier, joyful than a couple minutes ago. Mother Earth is requesting you to follow a path to your right. Down this path are gorgeous yellow daisies, lavender bluebells, blue irises, and red roses. You can smell their fragrant, sweet scents. Around the corner is a crystal clear blue pool that welcomes you as you sit on a purple bench. The pool is now talking with you, reminding you of your beauty, that you are good enough, you are precious and smart. A squirrel and chipmunk lay gifts of nuts at your feet, the best they have, to remind you how precious you are to them, to Mother Earth, to the divine, and to your loved ones, the ones on this side and the other side of the veil. They want you to repeat the following true affirmations about yourself. I am peace. I am love. I am joy. I am good enough. I am free. They remind you to let the sun shine in and invite happiness into your life. You have become much lighter and joyful living in the present, releasing worries and stressors, and owning these affirmations, bringing peace and happiness to you. You feel balanced, calm, grounded, and joyful. You can now shift into the here and now, in your own time, at your own pace. Be aware of the support beneath you. Come back gently. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Open your eyes to a new, peaceful, beautiful world. Welcome back.